Are we live? My internet's been a little bit iffy the last few days. If you are here and you are live, please let us know. Tell us where you're tuning in from. All the things. All the things. Adjusting so I can see my notes and see you guys and see who's here. Drop it in the comments if you're here. Say I'm here, Robyn. Christy's here. You guys are the best. You guys are the best. Christy's here. Who else is here live? Come on, guys. Say hello. Say hello, hello, hello. All right. I think I got my screens where I want them to be so I can see my notes and see you. Siri's here. Yay. This is going to be so good. I love when I wake up on Fridays and I got teaching a class this morning and I go back over my notes and I pray and meditate over it. And it's just as like, then I'm like poised, right? I'm poised. I'm just like, I'm going to teach this class. I get all fired up about my notes because I'm just like, change my life. And I'm just like, who can I share it with? Oh yeah, I'm doing a class this morning. So if you're here live, say hello. Let us know that you're here. So I posted yesterday about, by the way, my name's Robyn Whitworth. This is the Elevated Mother Collective group where we have Christian moms here that are looking to learn principles about up-leveling their life, having more abundance flow. And the class today, I posted yesterday about a shift that I'd had in something that seems to affect most of the women I talk to. Hey, Nikki! And that's swimsuits, okay? I've noticed being, among other people and just my own journey that a swimsuit seems to be one of the more vulnerable pieces of clothing that we can wear if we have like body image issues or worthiness issues. Because I have met people where a swimsuit is just a thing. They don't have some of these thoughts, but it's curious to me why, hey, Melissa's here, hey, why Christian women find so much vulnerability in the human body. When people have been swimming in swimsuits for a long time. And I know that we have an entire history among white people. And I say that because if you think of, and maybe I'm generalizing even with white people, but tribes, Aboriginal tribes in the middle of Australia or New Zealand, Aboriginal tribes, original native tribes in the mountains of South America, tribes that used to be in North America, tribes that still are flourishing throughout Africa, different peoples among the jungles of Indonesia. They do not cover their bodies like we do. They have no judgments or shame. It's not a thing. It's not a thing. Hey, Danielle's here too. So you guys have seen this, right? You've seen across our world, there is probably, because white people actually are not like the dominating race. It's interesting, right? We've had like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years that we've been conditioned in our certain race that, yes, in Europe too, there's people that clothing is just not the same. So it got me thinking. Yes, they're white. I love questioning common ways of thinking because it helps me to expand and go, is this simply culture? This is not even a thing. Like something that I should feel so much heaviness about, put so much weight upon how I wear a swimsuit when there's people that walk around with nothing on all the time. what is happening? And those people live wonderful, joyful, happy lives, very fulfilled. Maybe some of them don't, but their culture has been existing for thousands of years. Something's working for them, right? So it just got me curious of like, what is it about swimsuits among my culture, Christian culture, as a whole? Because even I've seen this among like my friends that have black skin or of a different um, ethnicity than they, if they were raised in this culture of Christianity, they too have some thoughts and beliefs about swimsuits and about the human body, the naked human body in particular. And it's got me questioning that thinking and going, do I have shame issues with my body? Like, what is it that causes me to feel so vulnerable about my body if I put on a swimsuit and go swimming? What is it about my upper thigh or my shoulders or little cleavage? Like, what is that feels so? And I have discovered a couple of things that I'm going to share briefly before I talk about the 3 beliefs I've embraced that have helped me to just kind of shift a lot of this. And if you're on my wavelength, if you've like thought of these things or this is new, but you're going, hi, I see this, please let me know. Like, okay, I want to hear what you're talking about here. Number 1 is our sex culture. It's interesting how much women being sexualized and the feminist movement and like all these things over the last probably 300 years is when a lot of this stuff has become commonplace among the common people, right? It's interesting that only 300 years ago, we didn't talk about this stuff. Nobody talked about it. Nobody understood. Like, this is so new for us, which tells me that we get to be the ones to change it. So those of you that are listening, like, you get to change this for your generation. You get to change this. We get to be the change that we want to see, because women being sexualized is not okay. Like, that we've been told, even in my church, when I was young, I was even told that how I dressed affected the thoughts of other people, which was like, oh, I'm now responsible for the thoughts of other people. Wow, that is heavy. That's really heavy. And it's just not. And even having my husband growing up being told that a girl's clothing, they have to be careful about their thoughts. Like, what seeds are we planting? Like, what thoughts am I careful about? What should I be thinking? What are they talking about? You know what I mean? And yet I have still seen and heard some of these conversations happening where even now, with all the understanding that we are having about the human brain and how we think, like, that is so unhealthy to tell a young man and a young woman, oh, you're responsible for thoughts of other people. Oh, how you dress and that part of your body makes them have unclean thoughts. What? That is so crazy. That is so crazy. Those of you who saw my post about my daughter and her prom dress and these different things, like, I have totally like let off all of that stuff in how I've raised my children. I say nothing about what they're wearing. And, like, if it's appropriate for the activity, like if they're going to go sit down in school, they're probably not going to have their swimsuit on all day if they're going, over to sit in a desk and whatnot. And I'll help them understand that. But if they choose to wear whatever on a normal day at our house, they can wear whatever they're going to wear. I have a picture of my cute little, my youngest when she was like 3, and she had one sandal on and a rain boot on and her swimsuit on and a big old gaudy necklace on. And then she had a big winter coat on. And then I think she had like a pair of goggles on her head. And she's like, Mom, I'm ready to go. Guys, I let her wear that all day. I let her wear it all day. We were just home. It was so cute to me, like, that she had thought about, well, what if I get wet? And what if it's cold? And what if she thought of all these things, so she was prepared. And it was so cute. I didn't say anything about that. I think we went to the park and she was wearing it. Who cares? Oh, I think she had sunglasses on, is what she had on. It was so cute. It was just darling. And whether they choose a 2-piece swimsuit or a 1-piece swimsuit, or whether they choose a dress with sleeves or not, like it's not a thing. It's what do they feel as a being? And, that's one way we can take this conversation about the body. But I posted about being in a swimsuit and feeling vulnerable and feeling like I'm on display, and kind of where that came from and the kind of feelings that built within me of like, everyone's looking at me, someone's thinking I have big thighs, this is a mindset that truly has been cultivated to think about what other people think. And that's what I'm so working on breaking with my children, because it affects how we do our money, what risks we think we're taking, what other people say, what we think of ourselves because of what someone else said. Like this whole idea really, and we're gonna get into what that looks like. But I have shifted 3 specific areas that have allowed me to no longer be on display, because that is a choice of ours, right? Who's with me on this? This is a choice we get to make. It is a conscious choice. So the first thing that I shifted, if you guys are taking notes, the first thing I shifted was that I'm only in control of myself. And I know that sounds so foundational. It sounds so first grade. Like, yet through being a coach, through seeing what my kids deal with, like I see this, hearing comments in my church groups, like people are still trying to control other people. People are in their husband's business, they're in their mother-in-law's business, they're in their neighbor's business, they're all out here. They're not in their own business, seeing how they are being reactive, or these things that they're not taking full responsibility here. They think, oh, she should, they should, I can't believe she did. Like, wow, no wonder half the moms in the world are so fatigued, because they're in everybody's business trying to decide what they think about it. I call them energy leaks. Talk about energy leaks. How many you got going on? Like we just governing ourselves takes enough energy. Let them close the door on all these people's lives and just go, what am I doing? So realizing I'm only in control of me and really thinking about, what does that mean? So I have these 3 areas that I mentioned in my post: self-perception, money, how I do money, how I see money, how money is working, and my marriage relationship. So when I realize I'm only in control of me, in my self-perception, that means I only think what I think of me. How I act is 100% my responsibility. Nobody makes me feel anything. Nobody makes me do anything. I have to consciously choose, right? And so I thought, okay, if I'm really going to do this, why don't I think the best? Like, why not wink at myself in the mirror and say, hey, sexy lady, what drinks you smashing today? Like, really? When I walk through like a clothing store, they have like mirrors on posts, and like, I look at myself and I wink every time now. It's become a thing that I do. When I walk through my house and see myself in the mirror, I give myself a little wink and a smile. Sometimes I even high five myself. You guys read that book, The High Five Habit or whatever? Like, this is a big deal. So take responsibility for myself, and then going, okay, if I am only in charge of what I think of me, why not think the best? So now when I put on that swimsuit, I'm like, this is my best body right now. And heck, I'm going out to swim. I'm going to be in the sunshine. I'm going with all these people that I love. It's no, like, there's no outside anymore because I'm all in here. It actually like simplifies your life quite a bit. And it makes it real fun when you just believe yourself. And a lot of people I talk to talk about self-doubt. I've lost my self-belief. I can guarantee you somewhere they're out here. They're worried about all the stuff going on over in whatever's going on in some part of the country. They're worried about this, political issue. They're worried about it's okay to care for others. It's not okay to think we have responsibility for all the things. We can just take it into ourselves and say, what do I think about this? What can I do about this? One time I was walking with my dad at the Anne Frank Monument in Boise. If you've never been there, please go. It's very expansive. The quotes they put, the different histories they share through sculpture and this little park you walk through is very, very provoking. And I told my dad, I was like, wow, I cannot believe how much we allowed to have happen during that time, the Holocaust and all that stuff. And he goes, yeah, to me, it makes me wonder, like, what can one person really do? And he was saying it in a very defeating way. And I said, what do you mean? This whole monument is dedicated to a young girl that kept a journal that let us know how it really was. Her journal is affecting generations. Is that not a huge example of what one person can do? And he's like, oh yeah, I didn't even think about it that way. And I said, even you, Dad, what have you done in your life that's affecting humanity? He's like, gosh, I don't even know. I don't think I've done anything amazing. And I said, excuse me? Excuse me? My parents had 10 children, and we are all amazing adults doing amazing things in the world. I am very proud of my family, very proud. And I told him, I said, you've helped 10 people on this earth become good, honest, amazing people. How many more of your posterity is going to be affected because of how you raised us? Yes, he had his flaws, but I mean, think about that. If you've had children, and this is why my program, the Elevated Mother Experience, it's like one mom, one person affects generations. Don't you forget it. Like, totally, you have so much influence should you choose to do that, right? So when I decided that my self-perception was just going to be awesome, that is shifting my children. My 14, almost 16-year-old daughter told me the other day, I was like, what are you doing today? She's like, I don't know, but I know it's going to be awesome. And I'm like, man, I don't think I ever had that thought. I can see me believing this is totally affecting my kids. It's totally affecting how they're showing up. It's awesome. It's totally awesome. So, okay, how does being completely in control of me change my money situation? It means that the meaning that I place on money is mine and mine alone. I don't have to take what church teaches. I don't have to take what my mom said or what wise Joe in the corner told me once as truth. I learned that what I think about money is all that matters. Debt used to be bondage, evil, the thing you avoided forever. Now, debt to me is I made a conscious decision to pay something over time, the end. The emotion that I used to have because I was attached to all these other people's thoughts about money is gone. It's gone. Oh, I made a conscious decision to pay something over time. The end. I'm aware, I'm wise. I'm aware that how much debt I have can be an energy leak. I'm very aware of that, and I'm wise. I counsel with the bankers. I counsel with my investment guy. Like, I seek the support for what I don't know, right? Like, tell me about this. What do you know about this? I take it into myself and say, okay, with all the information I have, I can make this decision. No emotion. It's amazing. It's amazing. So I no longer have ideas about stress and evil and bondage. I just look at the numbers, counsel with my people, and I make my decision. knowing that I made the best decision in that moment for me, for myself. Like, this is how this goes. That's been incredible. That's been totally incredible. And as a partnership, so how does this being totally in control of myself shift my marriage? Over the years, I've actually learned to separate myself from my spouse in my identity. I don't know if does that make sense? Like, I am not his failures. I am not his stressors. I am not his addictions. I'm not his money issues. I'm not his sexual belonging. I'm not his comfort. I'm not his company, business partner. I'm not his dumping ground. I'm not his health support. I'm Robyn. And when I chose to marry this guy, I wanted a partner for life, a partner for life, somebody that we could counsel together, somebody that's there when I'm caring for the sick kids that can still mow the lawn, right? Somebody that I can sit with and just have the most vulnerable, open conversation, somebody that we can but I am not his stuff. It was really different when I was like, okay, I think we became a little emotionally enmeshed being married so young. It was a beautiful thing to kind of grow up together, but it also has been a hard spot when I was like, I need to come over here and gain some autonomy with my own self, my money, my goals. We have our goals as a partnership. What does this look like? But I'll tell you, it's so different. It's so different. Our goals together used to be like, let's have this much in savings and now it's like, let's go on a trip with our kids. Let's have this cultural experience in this place. Let's give to this charity together. You know what I mean? And as we've both harnessed our own goals, the savings just happened. The abundance just started flowing. Like, when we are ourselves and we take care of ourselves, when my husband makes his own doctor appointment because he has decided he cares enough about that thing, guys, that's only been in the last 3 years that I've been I walked out on my husband's stuff that he gets to choose if he's going to do it. He's a big boy. I'm not making his dental appointments anymore. It's okay if you do that, if that works for your partnership. But for us, it was kind of like I was doing all this enabling almost of what I thought he should be doing in his life. And now I've just cut that cord. I'm like, if he wants clean teeth and good breath and to kiss his wife, he better go to the dentist. And he better make that appointment. And that has been so interesting. When we are both ourselves and we take care of ourselves, the partnership actually, if you think of a yoke on 2 oxen, that wood piece, 1 oxen can pull 5,000 pounds. 2 oxen who are equally healthy, equally whole, can pull 15,000 pounds. Why? Why is it not 10? What? Isn't that interesting? But when one of the cows is sick, that goes down. They can't pull 15,000 unless they're both whole. And so as I've become more whole, he's become more whole, we actually are accomplishing way more together. So much. We've done more in the last 3 or 4 years, this year even particularly, than we did in the first 18 years of our marriage. It's amazing to me. It is amazing to me. So yes, we counsel together, we support each other, in different ways. That support isn't enabling though, or allowing one of us to be walked on. It means compassion, understanding, being a good listener. I'm caring about this person. So the second thing is believing that my success is certain. So that first thing was I'm getting back into just me. I'm just me. Number 2 is I believe my success is certain. When I believe that, in my self-perception, Any goal I go after is going to be attained. Any struggle or failure I encounter is to help me learn more information to succeed even bigger. I am incredible. I always succeed. It allows me to say things like that. I get everything that I want. This belief that my success is certain. God didn't send me here to like wither away and die. He sent me here fully with everything I need. Doesn't he tell us that in the scriptures? Like, everything you want there, you just got to choose it. You got to find it. I'm like, okay, well, if my success is certain, God is all powerful. If he's my partner, like, I can't fail. I can't fail. And it allows me to say those things. I'm incredible. I always succeed. I always get what I want. It has totally shifted how I show up in big time, big time. If I walk out there in my swimsuit knowing my success in life is certain, it's very different. It's a different walk. It's a different walk than when you are living in a caged space of, I'm not sure if I'm capable. I don't know. I have a lot of self-doubt. I don't know if I can do this, right? And in money perception, if you believe your success is certain, all of a sudden, seeing like numbers and projections, like I don't have a lot of emotion for it anymore because I'm like, well, I'm going to succeed. I take it for what it is, see the numbers, make a decision, set a strategy that I'm fully committed to after counseling with the people, right? I talk to the people who, if my certain successful self, who do I go talk to? Is it the investors? I got a financial planner. It's a mentor. My certain successful self hires certain mentors. If I'm certain of my success, who do I talk to? Who am I hanging out with? Who am I surrounding myself with in the money areas? And when I'm in those meetings, I say things that my certain successful self says. Oh, well, next year when we're doing 500,000, I say things like that. And I'll tell you, it has shifted the whole energies around how money flows for me. It's so interesting. This belief that my success is certain changes how I talk about money, changes my decisions about money. Like I start to think in my mind thoughts that my successful self thinks about money. It's very interesting, you guys. Who's eating this up? Like, these are such big principles. Now, I know there's a lot of beliefs we have to break down to get here. And in the Elevated Mother experience, we work through that. If you do the work, the workbook. But give me some comments. Maybe I need to refresh my page. Do we have comments? So if my success is certain, how does that affect my marriage? And so put in the comments anything that's dropped for you and you're like, oh, that's a new idea. Oh, I wonder what that would be for me. Yes, Christy's like, tell us the specifics too. We've got a great range of ladies on this call. Like, what's falling for you? So if my success is certain in my marriage relationship, if my success in life as a life partner is certain, how do I behave? Sorry, I have a hair that's tickling me. I show up. Who do we talk to? Where do we go? Who am I being as a partner for life? Ego starts to take a back seat. Ego is the one that says he should be doing that different. I wish he would do this. Ego takes that back seat. Ego's there to keep us safe. It's like, oh, I don't know if you want to do that. Like, ego takes a back seat now and says, okay, I see that you are confident here. I'll just shut up now. And all of a sudden, I am more easy to love. And I have ample love to give. I receive the love so easily because it's certainly mine to have. That realization was actually only 2 years ago that I realized our entire marriage, I haven't been fully receiving the love my husband was willing to give, that he was trying to give me. But I had these self issues that I was like repelling and resisting being adored, being fully loved. And he was trying so hard for 18 and a half years. And I could see it. But once I started to receive it, being like, oh, my success as a partner to Chase is certain, I better start receiving his love. I better start believing this. That shifted so much. It shifted our intimacy. It shifted when we go on trips to believe he wants to fully be there with me. Like, guys, this shifts so much. This belief of like my success in this area is certain, that he's choosing me today, of all the flaws and things we've, like he's choosing me in this moment. Live in that, believing it shifts how I act, what I say, what I take in, what my energy is. This is big stuff. So the last one, number 3, is studying Jesus Christ. Now, my whole life, I was taught in my church to gain a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. I know not all churches teach that. And I would be like, he's a God. He's so untouchable. He's so far. Like, I don't even understand how you can make a personal relationship with someone that's not right here. As I read the scriptures with this intent, I started reading about his characteristics. I started really looking at the stories, and I watched some episodes of The Chosen, if you guys have seen that, and that got me even more into the scriptures of like, okay, they portrayed Christ this way, but how was it? How much, licensing, creative licensing did they take on this? But what's interesting is as I started to study and started to cross-reference with like my Hebrew history Bible, my Greek history Bible, like I started looking at this and I'm like, you know what? Jesus never belittled himself. Jesus never denied his awesomeness, like his mission. Like he never denied that he was a child of God. He never denied his mission. He never judged and shamed like the thoughts of other people. He would ask questions. He would get clear. Like Jesus didn't enable anybody to come and do what he was doing. Honey, I'm not done yet. Go shut the door. He only invited. He said, come and see, come follow me. He said that all the time throughout the New Testament, like all the time. And in the Old Testament, he would talk about how these events, these things you're seeing are a type of things to come, which means like all of this stuff is an example of what it will be like when Jesus comes in the meridian of time. He was always neutral. When someone was really mad about something, it talks about how Jesus would respond compassionately with something. You can't have compassion for somebody if you're all riled up emotionally. It means he was very neutral about things. He always accepted what was given. He accepted the support. He fully appreciated everything. And as we know, what you appreciate appreciates. You get more of it. He was willing to look for the miracle. He was willing to look for the support. He talked to the person he was supposed to talk to. He, went and took action on everything to make things the way it needed to be for him to fulfill his mission. And knowing this, like learning more about Jesus Christ as a Christian, someone that wants to follow him, in my self-perception, this understanding allowed me to really look at myself and say, am I following this example? If he were here beside me today, right now, how would I act? What would I say about myself being partially his creation? Like, what would he tell me about myself? What would he offer me when I ask about others judging me and worrying about what people think and the discomfort that I feel in this way? Like, as I am a being, what would the Savior, like, I just think, oh man, I need to be a little kinder to myself. Like, if I'm being Christ-like, I get to believe in myself. I get to believe in the support that's around me. I get to receive the love that's here for me. I get to talk to the people and believe my success is certain, right? It changed so many things about how I thought about me when I really believed Jesus Christ was real. And this is the example he set forth. And I go, He promised me joy and happiness and freedom if I do these things. And I've learned that the freedom that Christ talks about is when I just stay present and just, like that faith, that's living by faith, because he isn't right here materialized, right? That's living by faith instead of fear. And as far as money goes, Jesus never questioned whether he was going to be taken care of. He never doubted that God had put everything he needed to provide what he was going to have. Not once. He leaned in perfectly to the promise that God has provided everything. Yes, he would ask for support. Yes, he delegated. He was willing to do the work, go to the place, talk to the guy, find the goat, like whatever it was that he felt inspired to do. He trusted his intuition, and he did. He went and acted all the time. Not once did he feel that finding the support that he needed was going to be a risk, that it might fail. He knew that whatever happened was supposed to happen. It was just, he would take the action. He went to always accept, like he always accepted what was given and believed that it was enough, believing he was enough. So for me, when I lean into that principle that I'm enough, my ideas are enough, my team's enough, my skills are enough, I do the work, go to the place, talk to the people, ask for the support, fully believing that it's going to be enough for what I desire to happen monetarily, money all of a sudden is no longer risky, scary, heavy, hard. Money is a byproduct of me taking action in full belief that what I need will always come to me. Interesting, right? Very life-changing. Like so good. And then in my marriage relationship, when I studied about Jesus Christ, I'm like, when I'm more like Christ, I'm more fully supported as an individual first. I can pull that yoke with my husband full force. I take full responsibility for what I do in the relationship. I'm neutral when it comes to asking questions, to understanding these behaviors that might feel uncomfortable to me as our relationship grows and shifts and changes. I don't enable behaviors of my husband that I don't desire. I don't think, I should be a good wife and buy him those chips that always make him sick, that ruin his, no, I actually just stopped buying soda and chips. I stopped doing any appointments. I was like, I'm not going to enable behaviors that cause discomfort for me, like that I don't desire. I now have firm boundaries on myself in being the best me, and believe that the love and adoration that he has for me is whole and real. I accept what's given, and I fully appreciate my spouse. And then giving back to him has become easy, very easy, so easy. It's amazing how it was hard for some seasons. But when I lean into how Jesus Christ functioned, I'm like, aha, this changes a lot of things. It changes a lot. Those are the three things. Those are the three things that have really shifted how these three areas of my life and how I'm perceiving my reality has shifted, which has changed what's actually being created in my reality. A strong, amazing marriage to a man that I am just like, man, he is the bomb. A relationship with myself, knowing I'm the bomb, like I'm so capable. I am so blessed. I am so it's amazing. And then with my money, it'll always be there. I don't have any judgments or fear. It's neutral. It's just like, oh, this is a resource for me. In fact, failure is a resource. What better way for me to get all the information than by failing over and over and over and over at different things and really shifting. It's just like, oh, Jesus never failed because he didn't believe it existed. Interesting. It's so interesting. So I hope that this serves you today. I hope that this gives you some meaty thoughts. And again, inside the Elevated Mother experience, if you want to learn how to more break this down and move through what your limiting beliefs are, to find out what is those thoughts that are keeping you kind of at a spot, we can break that down. Things can be different. Loved chatting with you guys today. Have an awesome weekend. Happy Mother's Day. Receive the love you're given this weekend. And we'll see you guys next week.